Hello everyone, I am Junami M. Bernard, BSMA third year student. For this video, we will be discovering the 10 prominent people who have contributed much to the development of computers as well as their famous inventions. Most of us humans take for granted a piece of technology like computers in this day and time. They are everywhere in our desktops, laptops, mobile phones, cars, and the list goes on. These seemingly small machines have become essential in our day-to-day activities. Without them, the world we know and love would probably be unable to operate like how we used to see it. Do you ever wonder who you have to thank for the powerful desktop or laptop you are now using for practically everything you do? The first automatic digital computer is attributed to English mathematician and inventor Charles Babbage, called the father of the computer. Babbage created the analytical engine plans around the middle of the 1830s. The analytical engine would have had the majority of the fundamental components of the modern computer, even though it was never finished. Mathematical tables were important in Babbage's era for use in navigation, science, and engineering. They were calculated by hand and then compiled into tables. It is with this background that Babbage decided to design a mechanical device that could perform calculations. Such a machine would always be accurate and would save time and money. The machine calculated and printed mathematical tables and was powered by cranking a handle. The machine was called the difference engine, after the mathematical theory on which the machine's operation was based. Therefore, the inventions of Babbage are the computer, analytical engine, and the difference engine. Second is Alan Matheson Turing. A more prominent character in the modern history of computer development is Alan Turing, famous for his Enigma code. Aside from his commendable achievement, which arguably shaped the world's history as we know it, Turing laid out the principles of a modern computer. The machine, known as a Turing machine, operated by manipulating symbols on a strip of tape according to a table of rules. Aside from these fundamental computing concepts and breakthroughs in code breaking, Turing contributed to and proposed ideas related to modern concepts of artificial intelligence and artificial life. His work extends to the famous halting problem, Turing completeness of programming languages, and many other intriguing ideas. So what did Alan Turing invent? Turing was responsible for several groundbreaking advancements during his career. Most notably, Alan Turing's inventions include the Turing test, the code-breaking machine, the bomb, and the Ferranti Mark I digital computer. Third is Blaise Pascal. Moving a further step backward in history, we find that French mathematician Blaise Pascal invented a mechanical calculator known as Pascal's calculator or Pascaline. The machine is capable of performing arithmetic calculations like addition and subtraction, two basic operations that could be extended to multiplication and division. It is also this machine that influenced Leibniz's ideas, as well as calculators as simple as an office calculator in the years that came after. Further, it became the pioneer in the modern field of computer engineering as we know it, and hence paved the way to designing a mechanical computation machine, or more simply, computers. Fourth is John von Neumann. Like Turing, von Neumann was a lead figure in the earliest days of modern computing. Early on his life, von Neumann was already regarded as child prodigy. Many even dubbed him as the last representative of the great mathematicians, given his ability to integrate pure and applied sciences. A classic example of von Neumann's contribution to computing included the merge sort, a sorting algorithm capable of sorting items in less than quadratic complexity time. This is only one instance of his works, but he worked on countless computing concepts such as the cellular automata, game theory, and the artificial intelligence. Fifth is David John Miller. We will now fast forward in time to the era of modern computers. Under the hood, a processing unit processes our computer programs in a language of instructions that they can understand. Miller was one of the first people to develop the assembly language, which is a significant language that most machines can understand. Higher-level languages like C and C Pacific are compiled into the machine language known as assembly. The assembly language is less readable by the general public than high-level languages and is more similar to the machine code instructions used by an architecture. Sixth is John Carl Robert Licklider. Joseph is the inventor of cloud computing, a computing paradigm that has taken over the world. Today's largest companies such as Amazon, Google, and Microsoft have adopted cloud computing and have harnessed its power to create cloud services. These services are used by other software systems to build applications that do not pose high storage costs and the need for local data centers. This is the forefront of modern technology in the software industry. The Dream Machine was released, showing his life's work and his vision of something called the human-computer symbiosis. Seventh is Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds is a Finnish software engineer who is the creator and historically the main developer of the Linux kernel, used by the Linux distributions and other operating systems such as Android and Chrome OS. He also created the distributed version control system, DAGIP. The version control system used heavily throughout the software development industry. Linus is a pioneer in the industry with his engineering mindset and relentless ability to develop software systems. Eighth is Brendan Eich. Whether you know what it is or not, you've probably heard of the JavaScript or even seen the language at work several times in your life. Brendan Eich is an American computer programmer and technology executive. He developed the programming language or script, which is most widely used in HTML or browsing pages. Tim Berners-Lee, what would the world be like today without www? Berners-Lee is the inventor of the World Wide Web. He laid out his vision for the internet-based sharing tool in 1989 while working at CERN, and by 1991 others outside of CERN were invented to join the web. Tim not only invented the www that the internet still thrives on, but he fought to make sure the web stayed free and became accessible to anyone. 9 is Mark Zuckerberg, one of the most recognized names on the list. Zuckerberg is the founder of the most widely used social networking tool of our era. It's hard to imagine life without it, but everyone has to start somewhere. And Zuckerberg started Facebook in his Harvard dorm room as an exclusive site for Harvard students. He is known for co-founding the social media website Facebook and its parent company Meta Platforms, of which he is the chairman, chief executive officer, and controlling shareholder. Today, the platform has become a place for friends and family to connect and business to build brand identity and engage with customers. And lastly, James Gosling. James Gosling is the inventor of the Java programming language. He is a Canadian computer scientist and distinguished engineer at Amazon Web Services. His contributions to the field of computer science are phenomenal. Java is one of the most popular languages used in the software industry. It's used throughout many organizations and software systems. Java was acquired by Oracle Corporation, to which it currently owns the rights to the programming languages.